If you're new to the Salesforce ecosystem, then you're probably in the first few stages of your career. It's an exciting time. You've probably got a certification or two under your belt. You might have played around in some test orgs to find your footing, and you may even have some work experience under your belt already. But you might be wondering, where do I actually look to find my first Salesforce job? We'll reveal the best places and some advice on applying in this video, so make sure to stick around to the end. Before you jump headfirst into the job search, it's important to ensure that you're the best prepared you can be. After all, first impressions matter. In the world of digital job hunting, the way you present yourself on paper, or should I say on screen, can really make the difference between an offer and a refusal. Your online presence, both professional and personal, will be judged by prospective employers. On the professional side, you'll need to make sure that you have a strong Salesforce profile. This will allow employers to see your experience, what you're good at, and the kind of person you are. To do this, we've broken it down into 3 steps to help you get started. We've said it a few times, but we'll say it again. Certifications alone aren't enough to land you a Salesforce job anymore. Controversial, I know. We'll be the first ones to admit that finding a Salesforce job now is much more competitive than it used to be. But this shouldn't discourage you by any means. It just means that you have to be a little bit more prepared when you go into that initial job search. Right now, standing out is key. If you've had experience working in an organization that uses Salesforce, then be sure to draw upon this in your CV, your portfolio, and in your interview. We'll cover all this later. If you have paid Salesforce experience in a company, but you want to get a bit more under your belt, then you can try to get some volunteering experience through sites like Volunteer Match or Reach Volunteering. You could also look to build on your knowledge through sites like Clicked, where you can learn about real-life Salesforce practice through specialized training courses. I will say be careful though, because the general advice around volunteering in the ecosystem has changed a lot over the years. Volunteering without having Salesforce experience can actually do you more harm than good for yourself and the company that you volunteer with. If you're really eager to learn, then find a Salesforce mentor first. We have a whole post dedicated to this in the description below. It's no secret that personal branding is everything nowadays, and this is especially true in the Salesforce ecosystem. The ecosystem is genuinely made up of some of the nicest, supportive, and most welcoming people I've ever met. But you still need to get out there yourself and make your mark. LinkedIn is a great place to work on this, and it's also one of the first places prospective employers will be looking when they receive your application. A strong LinkedIn profile should include a profile picture. If you can use a professional headshot, even better. A relevant cover picture. This is the space behind your profile picture. You can show off things like certifications or a little bit more about who you are. Relevant experience. Have you worked with Salesforce in any capacity? Put it on there and be as descriptive as possible. A solid about section. This is your chance to explain who you are, what you do, and what your best skills are. And links to any portfolios, certifications, and education. You might have noticed in the last step that I mentioned that your LinkedIn profile is a great place to link out to your portfolio. And if you don't have a portfolio already, now would be a very good time to make one. A portfolio is like a hub for all your experience and achievements to sit in. Anything you've created, contributed to, or worked on can be found here, and you can be as creative as you want with it. You don't have to have loads of Salesforce experience to draw on. Dedicating a section of your portfolio to any trailhead learnings could help you here. Check out this post from Megan Tuano on how to craft an impressive portfolio on Salesforce, which will be a great way to show off your skills. You'll also find a link to this in the description below. In the race to the top of your industry, one detail can trip you up, like the handoff of work, for example, but don't worry, it doesn't have to be this way. Work Relay, a Salesforce app by NeoStella, ensures the right work is done by the right person at the right time. No dropped batons, we promise. Team up with Work Relay today at salesforcebend.com/work. Right, now that you're prepared and you're looking into potential employers, it's time to start the job hunt. Alex Choi, one of our guest authors here at Salesforce Bend, says that he asks himself questions whenever he searches for a new job. Do I qualify for the role? Is my skill set sufficient enough to be successful? And what will I actually be doing? If you've watched any of our previous videos on the state of the Salesforce job market, then you'll have a pretty good understanding of how much the entire job process has changed in the last few years. I can't stress how important it is to double check every job description thoroughly to make sure that you're the right fit for the role. Traditional job roles may look a little different now from the past. An admin position may be labeled as Salesforce lead, or administrative services specialists, or configuration specialist. There also could be extra requirements or responsibilities that veer more into developer territory, and employers could expect certain high-level certifications of experience, such as with CPQ. It can seem scary to navigate at first, but be smart about it. Double check, ask the job poster questions if need, and be realistic about both what they're asking for and what you can do. The most popular places to look for Salesforce jobs are LinkedIn, Indeed, and Glassdoor. With these sites, you can really narrow down what you're looking for with filters for things like salary, employment level, and region. As we mentioned in the previous section though, be aware that you might have to input different job titles to find the kind of job role you're looking for. Outside of that, here are other recommendations. The Trailblazer Career Marketplace. This is Salesforce's own giant job board, and you can find and apply for jobs in the ecosystem on here for free. ISV websites. If you're clued up on the ISV space, then check out their websites to see if they're hiring. You can find out about some of the top ISVs in the ecosystem on the Salesforce Blend website or on Salesforce's official department directory, the App Exchange. If you feel like you need a bit more support in your job application journey, then use a recruiter. They might just be your best bet. And finally, friends, family, and previous colleagues. As Alex puts it, it doesn't matter if you haven't spoken to the person since high school. Make sure to take full advantage of your network and reach out to friends whose company is hiring for the role you want. Reach out and connect over a call if you can. You never know what opportunities you could come across. To make sure you don't get caught out when you're on the job hunt, it's important to be aware of anything that seems a bit fishy, or on the other side, too good to be true. Some of these could include low salaries for the job expectations and lack of projects. Research the companies you apply for and be sure to check out our salary expectation videos to stay in the know. These are linked in the description below. And that's it. Finding your first Salesforce job can be both exciting and daunting, so make sure you're well prepared, know what you're looking for, and be realistic. Things are hard right now, but they won't be forever. And be sure to check out Alex's article on this topic, linked in the description below as well. Happy hunting!